Hello, hey Seth, hey, I'm Karen and Dulce, and look at these faces. Excited to talk to you guys, and this was Dulce's idea to chat with you guys a little bit and find out what's going on behind the scenes of Texas Fruit Festival. Um, but yeah, thanks for being on with us. I guess we've got a couple of people watching. What are each of you guys most excited about for upcoming Texas Fruit Festival in Austin, Texas, late October, free event? What are you guys most excited about?
I'll answer
Uh,
first. I'm really excited about meeting new people and all the people that'll be there and seeing old friends. That's always my favorite part of festivals, and especially the fruit festivals I've been going to lately, is the connection with other like-minded and open-minded and open-hearted people. That's always a huge plus, and I know there's going to be great connection there. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is just sort of the stirring of minds and talking. Obviously, hearing presentations from great speakers, but a lot of the connection and building and growing happens in the conversations that happen after and in between and over food. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Wow. Now, I just as a follow up, I want to hear Karen's answer, but as a follow up question, Seth, some people might look at Seth and they might think, man, Seth is really extroverted. He's really charming. He's good at making new friends and stuff. What about somebody who's more introverted or a little more shy? What kind of a time do you think they would have at this 2 day festival?
I think they'd have a great time if they just came out. A lot of times, if you just put yourself out there into a situation, you don't have to be the one starting all the conversations. People will come to you. The last fruit festival I went to, I was just noticing someone walk around always alone, always kind of quiet into himself. And I just, as I was passing him, one, I said, "Hey, what's your name?" We struck up a conversation. Turned out to be a really cool human, and we still talk to this day. We're great friends, and he was really happy that I said something. So you never know who you're gonna meet, and but you have to just kind of go out and see. So and if you don't like talking to anyone, you don't have to, right? You can come, you can just hear people talk, you can enjoy some food, keep to yourself, you can do your thing. So I imagine, since you guys are all very open and this community is all very open, um, it won't feel awkward. I think it'll be cool. It'll be friends and family and very relaxed.
Totally agree. And there's so many activities to do throughout the day, and there's just a natural something in common with everybody, and you automatically have this level of connection with someone that you're meeting for the very first time. It's really fun. What about you, Karen? What are you most looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to any time that I've been to a fruit festival. I just love being around like-minded people. I've been living this raw vegan lifestyle since 1994 and raised my kids this way. And we didn't have this back then. It wasn't something that was happening. There were some early talks, but there weren't festivals like this where people could celebrate and really come together. And like you were just talking about, those people who are coming to learn. I know that when I started going to events that were around raw food and fruit based, I just wanted to learn. And I think that that's what a lot of people are coming for. They're coming to learn. They're coming to be with other people who they can talk to and share this experience with and eat delicious food together. That's going to be a big part of the festival, is eating this amazing food. Like, people look at me sometimes and they're like, how come you like always look like you're just relishing your meals? And I just love this way of eating. 30 years later, and I'm still loving it. So I think everybody will come together and feel that way. Even the new people who come, are going to feel the vibrancy, the excitement, and the happiness that you get at a fruit festival.
Wow, and we are working on getting some amazing food. I've learned a lot recently about getting good produce. I actually talked to Seth Balin, did a podcast interview, and I learned so much that I didn't know about. Like, there's hidden secrets all around us where to get great produce. And I talked to John Kohler. He gave me some advice. So we're working on some strategies to get direct from farm produce. So we're going to have some amazing fruit at this festival. Um, Karen, what about someone that says, I'm big into learning. I learn all the time. I I read books, I watch videos, I listen to podcasts. What's different in your view about learning when you're at an in-person event like this as opposed to virtually?
It's just really the connection. You don't have that connection when you're sitting at home on YouTube or even at a Zoom event. It's just it's not even close. It's just not even close. So what I can say is that if you are, and there's so many people also who are feeling isolated. They're eating, they're eating healthy and raw, but they're feeling isolated and they go out with friends and they're the only ones doing it, or maybe some of their friends are doing it, but it's not the same as being with a large group of people who are all sharing in this, and you feel the growth, you feel the excitement, and you feel like you belong. It's like family, like what you said. It really is like
Mm.
family. And it's beyond special. It's fantastic.
Was that lonely when you went raw vegan and your family went raw vegan in the 90s and there wasn't these group type of events around? Was that a lonely
It was
feeling?
very, it was very lonely. And I was reading and learning. There were some of us who were out there speaking already, at that point, and I was connecting with them, but it was still, there still weren't that many people. And so to be at an event where everybody's joining together and you're all listening to speakers who have been living this lifestyle and can share information with you, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to connect, and you're going to feel like you are just going to thrive, not only at the event, but afterwards. It's just going to give you an impetus to continue. So for people who have fallen off the wagon, I speak to a lot of people, and some people have come to Raw, and then over time they didn't have support, so they fell off the wagon, and they want to come back. And this is the way to do it, to come to a live event,
Well,
a festival.
and Karen, you have coached thousands of people over your life, would you say, personally?
Yeah, yes.
Um,
I mean, I've been coaching since 1998, privately and groups. And yeah, I would say
and, and, and
thousands.
and is that one of the biggest areas where people struggle is not having support in community or relationships or um, what would you say? Because you've seen a lot of patterns over.
Absolutely. And a lot of people come in wanting to resolve their health challenges, and they come in for that, but they even tell me I'm depressed because I'm alone. I don't have support. My family is not doing this with me. Or they do have support at home, but they don't have friends who are living this lifestyle. And so you come to a festival, you very often end up meeting people who are like minded and maybe even live near you. I put it out to my list, and I had people emailing me telling me that they're coming in from various locations. So you'll meet people from all over. And there's just nothing better than this. I wish that I had this for my kids growing up, because other kids would say to my kids, oh, the way you're eating is weird. And if they had a support group, it would have been so helpful for them. And they loved this lifestyle. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
as
Because
children.
we
They
could have said,
still really out of it.
sorry, what was that last thing you said?
And I said, even as adults, they still do live a lot of this lifestyle. My son lives in Costa Rica, and he started growing his own fruit trees, and he built a greenhouse, and he's on the road to sustainability. So that came from being raised on a raw food lifestyle, a fruit-based raw food lifestyle. I don't feel that anything else works. So
Wow.
this is the lifestyle long term.
Well, I thank you, Karen. If we had that around at the time and the kids were around and other kids were making fun of them for being weird, we could have all said, yeah, you know what? It is weird that we're eating this. But look around, look at planet Earth. I mean, look at the way everyone's eating. It's bizarre. I mean, we're weird compared to what's considered normal, but I mean, look, I mean, if aliens came to Earth and they started looking at human beings and they're like, what are they putting in their mouths? Like, look at all this strange rituals, what they're doing with all these ingredients, and it makes no sense. I mean, it's not even recognizable as food by the time we eat it.
If I
That's right.
if I'm gonna be ostracized for just wanting to eat bananas and persimmons, then so be it. I don't even want to be in that group. No.
Yeah.
Hey,
Seth,
I'm curious. I'm curious from either Dave or Dulce, one of the organizers. For those who, including myself, who don't know exactly what we're going to be getting into, like, can you tell us about the Texas Fruit Fest and some of the things we may be looking forward to doing and seeing and experiencing? I just seen the flyer. I don't really know much else. Maybe what's going on.
okay, yes, and let me say, so what's going to happen too is I think Jules is going to join at the top of the hour, and then there can be only 4 people. So I'm going to jump off, and Dulce is going to co-host for the second part. So maybe I can answer on this one. But first, I want to hear the story of Seth. You shared some ripe bananas with Foti 10. Can you give us that story? What happened there?
Actually, this is a kind of a funny story because we connected through Instagram. Um, I just got a tag one day, or maybe a comment on one of my posts where I made a salad. It had cucumber, mango, some type of greens, and lime, and it was very basic, very simple. And somebody reposted that they had made it. My friend here had made the salad that I created or whatever, made one day, and he said, "Oh, it was great." I said, "Oh, that's so cool." We started talking back and forth. Turns out he lives in the town where I lived for 10 years, and we both skateboard, and there's like a lot of
Oh,
weird synchronous things that we have in common. And so when I went up to visit my family and friends this summer, we linked up. I linked up with CJ and we went skating and had some fruit. So, that's why I like Instagram. You can say what you will about social media being a time suck or being this or that or evil, but it all depends how you use it. If I use the platform to connect with people, I use the platform to share messages and speak truth and share the beauty of this type of food. I mean, for this page in particular, the Fruit Companion, it's all about nature's beauty. Every single one of my pictures is just a piece of fruit. It speaks for itself, but it's so vibrant, it's so beautiful, and everything tells a story. Every banana rack or every pile of June plums, it tells a story. So that's how I use the app and meeting people. That wasn't the only person I got to link up with on that trip. Someone else we started talking because they grow greens, and I reshared one of their pictures, and then I ended up going to his house, drinking wheatgrass and eating sprouts together, and it was just so great. So yeah, that was the story about meeting CJ there with the mango salad, tying everyone
Wow,
together.
CJ's up in that's awesome. That's awesome, CJ. Well,
and
yeah,
CJ
I just
is
answer your.
CJ is also a raw vegan health coach, and
Yeah.
so is Dulce. So they're health
Wow.
coaches as well.
Well, I saw him becoming health coach, and that's why I went to your page. So it's all connected.
Man, that's awesome. And it is amazing to see. Getting back to your question, Seth, the level of affinity that you have with someone else when you yes, it is it's a tribal feeling. You really feel like you're just in the tribe immediately, and there's just this bond that you have, and it's um, you know you don't find that necessarily level of strength at other type of events. If you go to a music festival, or you go to a chess club, or you go to a sporting event, or you go to a pasta making class, or different things that draw people together, you know there's few as powerful as what you'll find at a fruit festival. And so what I found, being involved with this festival over the years, is that it kind of doesn't matter how good the festival is, or how good the activities are, or how good the speakers are, or how well organized it is. Because if you simply get all these people together in one area with good quality fruit, it's going to be an amazing time, just no matter what. Um, I do think that we've gotten better at running an event, and I think this year will definitely be the best in terms of how many fun activities that there are, whether it's breath work, or meditation, or sound healing, or spinal flow, or food demos, or live bands. I heard that Seth is going to make an appearance with his saxophone, and be playing with the live band, and dancing, and all this fun stuff that you could do. And not to mention the speakers that are going to be there, and listening to the great information. The venue's incredible. There's so many different places to explore and hang out and relax, and they have a restaurant there. They have a juicery there, a kava bar, or what do they make the what do they serve there, Dulce, with that those drinks that they make from the
It's cold pressed juice.
what is it?
Cold pressed juice.
Oh, cold pressed juice.
Yeah.
Yes, or they also have the cacao. They have a cacao bar. But anyway, so all that stuff is going to be some of the fun things coming up at Texas Fruit Festival. Um, yeah, and I would say, even when it wasn't as uh, like last year, I don't think was as nearly as good as this year, but it was still an amazing time. Um, and oh, it looks like, thank you for that question. It looks like we have Juicing Jules on the line, and so here's what's gonna happen. Don't don't be too sad that Dulce is leaving. Uh, she's gonna come back in just a few minutes, and I'm gonna go backstage, and then Dulce is gonna host for the next half hour, so that we can give Jules a chance to jump on here. But I wanted to get you guys' reaction. This is rather topical. So, Jules, if you can just request to, I know this is not your first rodeo, but if you want to just request to join. And then I want to get Seth and Karen's reaction. I feel like I'm on MSNBC or something, but I want to get you guys' reaction. I opened up Instagram today, and I saw someone, and they were like, I've been, eating high fruit for years and healing all these problems, but then it wasn't sustainable. And so now it was a video of them. They had this big handful, and they were eating a big handful of raw beef. And they were like, now I eat whole foods with a lot of fruit and a lot of grass-fed beef, because that's really going to sustain me and keep me going. What do you guys just think when you see something like that? Because I got freaked out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would freak me out.
go
That
ahead,
would
Karen.
really freak me out. Yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want, but it really
First
looks crazy.
and foremost, if I had health challenges, it wouldn't even be a choice. It would not even be a choice for me to go to eating something from a dead animal, or killing and then eating something from a dead animal. First and foremost, it is time that we start to understand that we are not allowed in slaughterhouses, and we are not allowed on factory farms. So it's all hidden. We don't see what's going on. And then we're marketed to. We're marketed to by these billion-dollar industries that murder animals and say that they're healthy. And then initially we feel the stimulation. So we feel like we're doing better. But over the long term, that never works when we eat dead animals and products that come from them. It never works in the long term. All that saturated fat, all that cholesterol, from what I've seen as a health coach since 1998, is that long term, it doesn't lead to good places. It leads most often down the road to chronic illnesses. So we don't want to go there. That's not what we want in our lives. And we want joy. And so do the animals. The mother animals, they love their babies as much as we humans love our babies. So it's time to understand that what's going on in the animal multi-billion-dollar industry, the animal death industry, that we are being fooled. And we need to wake up and understand that this is not going to give us healing, and it's not going to sustain us. Fruit has calories. It has really good calories, and it's got glucose for energy. And that's what we can sustain ourselves with, in addition to greens and sprouts, microgreens, nuts and seeds in smaller amounts. So we do just fine. I've been sustaining myself on this lifestyle for 30 years, and you can too. That's what I have to say.
Wow. And you might think, oh, Karen's been doing it for 30 years. She's 50. She's been doing it since she's 30. No, Karen has given me permission to say her age publicly. She's turning 70 this year. And if you can't tell, oh, you just had your birthday.
Last week.
Oh my God. 70 years old. If you can't tell, Karen has a little bit of energy and passion going on there. So, okay, Jules is requesting to join. I think, or Jules, if you just want to I think you can hit request to join, and then we'll let you in, and then we're gonna get.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, so yeah, Jules, I think you have to hit the three dots, and then hit request to join.
Hey, let me quickly answer that question about.
Let's hear Seth Phelan's response in case you weren't listening to the going back to eating raw meat after fruit based for a long time.
Yeah, it just it sort of brings up questions in me about why that person is choosing what they're doing, and I would really want to know what types of fears that person had around why plant foods couldn't sustain them. What exactly are you afraid of? What exactly are you missing? You don't feel fully energized? Maybe we have to understand that as a detox process, as a level of fatigue that we have to get through while our body is doing some much needed cleansing. So to me, I always want to know when people sort of doubt the fact that we can sustain on fresh foods, fresh plant foods, what are those fears? Like, what are you missing? What are you afraid of here? And it might be a specific nutrient, or it might be just the way they feel. Karen brought up the idea of stimulation, and we have to be able to parse out the difference between nutrition, sustenance, and stimulation. So, yeah, I would just have a lot of questions for for that person. And but if I didn't know them, honestly, I honestly don't. I can't care about what everyone's eating. If I did, I'd be overwhelmed with emotion and confusion my whole life. So if I see that on YouTube or Instagram, I skip right by it most of the time. Sometimes I'll get my hands dirty and jump in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And try to keep it respectful, but just try to drop the honest truth that everybody can see. Carnivores don't cook their food. Well, I guess if they're eating raw meat, you know, they might feel like a carnivore. Carnivores also eat the bones and the fur and the blood, and they do it fresh. You know, they don't pay someone else to do it. So sometimes I'll jump in the comments. Mostly I have compassion for these people. We're all on our journey. We're all discovering what's right for us. And sometimes you got to fuck around to find out. Isn't that what they all say? So, you know, that person's just messing around. They're finding out, and maybe they're gonna run into digestive issues. Maybe not. You know,
Okay.
that's how I see it.
Thank you, Seth. Okay, real quick, Karen, do you see a request from Jules to join?
I'm still not seeing it. Now it does say in the plus on the bottom, it does say one, but when I go in there, okay, now I'm seeing it.
Okay, Jules, hang
And
on, Jules.
okay,
Let's see if this works.
I accepted.
Oh,
Hi, Jules.
Hi, Jules.
Yes, I was sending it to Karen and Dave was looking for it. I don't know what was happening, but I'm here now. Hey guys, it's
Thank
lovely
you.
to be with you.
Okay, yes, thank you, Jules. We're here with Jules, Juicing Jules, and now we have 3 speakers that are going to be at Texas Fruit Festival, which is a free event. TexasFruitFestival.com. We have to get Jules' take because right now we're on MSNBC segment. We're getting hot takes and sound bites. So, Jules, today I was looking at Instagram and someone came on saying, I've been on high fruit for a few years. I've solved all these health problems, but now it's time. I have to go back and eat some raw meat. And she was eating some raw meat on the video. What do you think when you see that? Jules' reaction,
Um,
juicing Jules.
sure. So, um, I I personally, don't want to judge anyone else's journey because I don't know how they're feeling. But for me personally, um, I would not want to do that for many reasons. First of all, I don't want to be unkind. There's so many things that you have to worry about when. Oh, and hey, Karen, I wanted to say hi to you first, but we're having so much trouble getting it together. I was. But I just wanted to say hi. It's so lovely to see you. And also, I love your account down there. I don't know
Seth,
your actual
Seth,
Seth. That's right. Hey, Seth.
yes,
Hey,
Um,
Jules.
yeah, so I'm so glad to be here with you guys. I already am just so excited to see you at the Fruit Festival. But let me finish my answer and then we'll get into that a little more, I'm sure. So I don't want to be cruel to anybody on the planet. And I don't and then there's also so many things to worry about when you're eating meat. Like, okay, what did that animal eat last? How are they feeling? How were they cared for? Were they vaccinated? Did they really tell the truth about being grass fed? We don't know. And when did this animal die? Like, is it a dead cow from like 3 years ago or like yesterday? And that doesn't make it more appealing to me, but maybe it would be appealing to someone else who's stimulated by meat. And so, yeah, for me, it looks like flesh. It looks like flesh. And I definitely agree that it is better than so many other food options out there that we have today because we have sunk deep in a hole of, processed products. So, yeah, I would say that it just doesn't look appealing overall. It looks like very similar to me as I was taking a bite out of Karen or Dave or Seth, like holding your muscle going, this is good. So to me, it's just like almost demonic, but I wouldn't judge someone else for doing that because their reality may be different. And for them, it may feel nourishing where they are in their stage. And so, yeah, for me personally, parasites, death, just no. But yeah, maybe it's better than cooked dead animal, but I'm not going to be attracted to either.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you have it. Well, guys, I'm gonna so, and for those listening, so someone asked if they could join. So there's a max of 4 people on the live at any time. But if you ask a question in the chat, we will answer it. And I'm actually going to swap places with Dulce here in just a moment, so she can also host. But before I do, I just want to say um, I'm I am excited for Jules to be at the festival and for all the speakers to be at the festival, and um, for anyone thinking about coming, just these are the caliber of people you get to be around when and just for a couple days and just connecting with people and meeting people. And if you think about the people in your life, and um, it's really fun to make these new connections, and I learned so much from these people that we have. So Jules, I guess my last question before I jump, and thank you to all the speakers for donating your time, your energy, your effort to make it to the Fruit Festival, Texas Fruit Festival. So excited to see you there, and for being on tonight. But Jules, what are you most excited about for Texas Fruit Festival?
I'm so glad you asked because, well, it's really hard to answer that actually with one answer, but I just want to answer with this, I guess. Whenever I go to a fruit festival, I have been to the Texas Fruit Festival before, which is why I'm going back. It is life changing, life changing. Sorry, I can't talk, but I'm not just saying that. First of all, you may meet your best friends, you may meet your future lover, your next boss. Like, you can meet so many people you align with, and nothing feels better than being understood after living in a society where everyone's like, what are you doing? What? And everyone's kind of poking and prodding like a little bit, like, can you tell me more? I don't really understand. It's in a different light though. It's more like, I don't understand, instead of, I don't understand, tell me more. I'm so excited about this. And so to have the positivity around the lifestyle is life changing, and you will come out of it a different person, and you will be able to soar much higher than ever before, because you're gonna have it's a fruit festival is also energy work. So it's all of these very high vibrating people coming together and eating more high vibrational foods and gaining more vibration through the interactions with each other and through the consumption of the fruits. So you can go through that with us and then leave there with energy like you've never had before, ready to soar higher than ever before. So if you're looking into it and you're like, well, I don't know, this is your message now to say, yes, I'm going to go there. I'm going to hug Karen, Seth, and especially Dave for putting all this on, and Jules, and then, I'm going to leave a different person, and you will.
Wow, it is true. It's all about energy. I mean, that's why we eat fruit. That's why we're into this whole thing, for the energy. But the energy you get, the magnetism, the electricity that is there when you get all these beautiful souls, these spiritual beings in one place that are having this physical experience, and it's incredible. So I'm so excited for it. Some days I wake up, I'm like, why am I doing this? It doesn't even make any sense for me to even do this. But it's
I get
just
that.
It's just so fun. It is beyond fun. So I hope you'll be there with us. Texas Fruit Festival in late October. It's a free event. TexasFruitFestival.com. Dulce Dharma, who is one of our board members, is going to come back on, has some more questions for our amazing speakers of Texas Fruit Festival. So please, welcome back, Dulce, and make sure to follow these speakers. And I will see you guys at the Fruit Festival, and I'll talk to you before the Fruit Festival.
Thank you, Dave.
Love you, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Dulce, take it away.
So what did you guys eat today? Any special fruits on the menu? Talk to me.
I had some Colorado
Oh,
peaches.
that sounds amazing. Peaches have been incredible this year. I drove through South Carolina and I drove through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, et cetera, up to Massachusetts. South Carolina had the best peaches I ever had in my life. Not sure if I've ever had Colorado peaches, but they sound great.
Hey, I'm in Durango, Colorado.
Wow.
They're the best. They're
Is
the
that where you
best.
live?
I'm here part of the time and in New Jersey part of the time.
Okay, that's right. And I also see you in tropical areas quite frequently as well.
Costa Rica in the wintertime. I have my retreat there, my Love Raw Food and Yoga retreat.
I knew that I had seen that and I was just not placing it. I would love to be a guest at that as well.
Hey,
Yeah.
Karen,
Yes.
just check.
Yeah.
Karen, if you could check the requests. Dulce made
Yes.
one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Okay. I am seeing here. Okay.
Jules,
Oh,
what
but to
do you got? Some
answer,
water? You got some watermelon juice there?
I actually have pineapple
Oh,
orange juice.
I'm tripping. I couldn't see the color.
There's
That's okay. It's a little, I had snuck it in real quick. Hey,
Dulce.
I'm back.
this is so cool that you work with 4 people. I've never done people, and it's so great to have 4 people on.
Well, it's
Yeah.
so great to have you all in the festival. So people, please, if you are able to join us on the next, it's gonna be like less than a month or exactly a month. So we're super excited to have you all there with your amazing wisdom, knowledge, and your energy, just your pure energy over there. I think that regarding the question that Dave was asking about what is special about the event, and were all sharing about it. And yes, we're gonna have a lot of amazing activities. We're gonna have breath work, ecstatic dance, sound healing, amazing music. And if you don't know, well, Seth is an amazing musician, so also Dave. And we have a band over there. We have sound healing. We're super excited about it. It's gonna be fruit-free event. If you have the ability to get there, we would love to see you there, to support you in any way that we can, regarding questions or just welcoming you to have an amazing time together, learn a lot. This, like, the mission that we have here is to share the awareness with everyone who needs this. I only have like less than 3 years that I started my healing journey, and just the awareness of the raw vegan community and all the amazing information that you all provide. I mean,
I thought you've been
look
raw
at this.
since you were like, I thought you've been raw since you were like 15 by your energy and your vibration and your calm attitude and peace.
Well, that's the magic. If you eat this fruit, it's like you're gonna have energy, you're gonna feel vibrant. The symptoms that you might be experiencing, it's like gone. So yeah,
So many people turn around from things like chronic fatigue by starting to eat fruit, more
yeah.
fruit, and not having the fear of
Everyone.
fruit,
Well, it's a
which is,
complete combination of the holistic way. Like we, it's not only the fruit. It's, I think,
yes.
it's the path for us to go within and rewire our mindset and get rid of everything that is not serving us or that did their purpose for us to awaken and to go into this path, which is beautiful and alive, and that's the way that it makes you feel. And also, you can see the amazing people and the community that you're gonna meet. I haven't been on, like, I only have been on this festival. I haven't been in another one that I would love to experience, but I'm so excited and I'm grateful to be part of the team and supporting the amazing work that Dave and Skylar, Maya, Karen, and everyone who's attending or has been there. As Jules, it's gonna be your second year as a
Yeah.
speaker, so
Yeah,
thank
last
you
year
so
was
much.
very pregnant.
Yes. Well, it's
Otherwise, I
gonna
would
be,
have been there.
yes, totally. So for me, it's gonna be my second year helping with the festival. Last year was a volunteer, and I'm like, I love this. I like this is something that people need everywhere. Holistic centers, people that is going to teach you how to grow your own food. Like you don't have to be waiting for somebody else to help you. You can do it. You can, if you have a fruit, you can have the seed and you can take care of it. And the same way that you take care of yourself. And we have the sun, the air, everything. So it's the mindset of also like being waiting for someone to save you. You are responsible, and this space that we are putting all together is exactly the reason. Like you can have it all, it's just your decision and it's your choice, and that's the beauty of it. Like we have the choice and there's a lot of options. I wish I had known this before, and but I'm grateful that I'm aware now and I'm changing everything that is on my hands or in my power to bring this awareness. And like you said, with the kids, super important. Like there's so many things that we need to be spreading just because it is completely hard sometimes to be the weird ones, but I love it. I just love it to be just sharing. Then my kids share that with their friends, and they're like, "Mom," now it's like, "Mom, they have a lot of snacks," and I'm like, yeah, you can have snacks too. Well, we don't call it snacks. These are fruit. So you can share with them and just sharing. Just tell them and bring some more. So you can share when you're having fruit or whatever. And when they come to our house, it's like they know that there's going to be a watermelon there or any type of fruit to share with them. And they ask questions and they see the difference. So I'm happy that you're able to join, that you're gonna be giving us a lot of wisdom and your beautiful presence and your energy. So yeah, thank you so much for all of you to make the time and share that with everyone who's gonna be attending the Texas Food Festival. Remind to please, if you are able to get at the texasfoodfestival.com and get your ticket. It's free. It's gonna help us to know how many people it's coming and have more fruit for you all. And yeah, just be ready for you all.
Awesome.
I see that. Oh, we have questions. Frank, hello everyone. Renee, she's growing a food forest. That's amazing. We would
I
like
think
to
that's
know.
I think that's like the number one thing that we can do on an individual level. I mean, changing our habits and what we consume, but the act of putting a seed in the ground, like you were talking about, Dulce, and taking care of a plant and a living tree that's going to give you sustenance in the future. It's an investment that pays off, and it's basically a 3D printer. If you think about it, a fruit seed, is a living 3D printer that you have to put in the soil, and when the right temperature and the right climate and right season clicks all together, that seed knows when to germinate and 3D prints itself into a plant or a tree or a grass, depending on what it is, and then it will self-replicate. You can do that again and again and again and again, and you can create infinite food. And it's not just like, oh, infinite fruits, little berries. No. Food. This is real, sustainable food that we're talking about. Fruit, we were taught growing up, I was at least, that fruit's always an auxiliary experience. It's always a snack. It's always in between meals, right? But this is real food. I mean, if you're surrounded by fruit trees and they're dropping year round and multiple varieties at any given time, what else do you need? Why are we working 8 hours a day, 16 hours a day to make money to buy processed food? No, nature 3D prints it for us. So that's one of the greatest things you can do. I applaud Renee the Rowdy for planting a food forest. That's so cool. Even if you just take care of one tomato plant in the summer, that's really cool. I think that's taking the power into your own hands, learning how to work with nature, learning how to tap into what we originally were given in this life. Behold, I give you every herb-bearing seed, and this for you shall be for meat, right? So just take the power back, people. It's right there in front of our eyes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Also,
Now, I would like to ask,
or if you're not in a place where you can grow a garden,
you can stay here, you can go.
sprouting,
Yeah, sprouts.
start somewhere so that you can going and you have fresh food.
Yeah, there's always a way.
Guys,
There's so many options. But I would like to ask you guys if you can share with the persons that are going to be attending or just watching this live later, what are you going to be talking about? If you want to share a little bit, each one of you as speakers at the Texas Food Festival.
I'll go. I'm going to be talking about raw vegan energy 30 years later. I started in 1994, and I just love the fact that I can do everything I want in my life. I love to move. I love to hang out and play with my grandchildren and to be out in the garden. Actually, today I was out in the garden with my 3-year-old granddaughter. And so I love to be outside, and I am going to be talking about my life, how I started, the energy that I have now 30 years later, that I can do everything I want at age 70. And everybody should have that. Everybody should have that. It's a gift and it's our birthright.
Yes.
So we have to know that. Every single person has to know that we are not meant to be on loads of medications as we get older, and we are meant to thrive. We're meant to connect with others and have wonderful relationships. And all of this can happen when you put the enriched food into your body that's going to show you the way. It really does show you the way, and it makes you feel so amazing. I've gone into menopause completely uneventful. No hot flashes, no weight gain around the middle, no depression. I see a lot of this, and a lot of this people are able to change when they change their diet and their lifestyle. And like Seth was just saying, the vibrancy of living plants, fruits. I mean, fruits are just just look at the colors of all the different fruits. The colors will speak to you.
Yes.
So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go deeper into it, and I hope everybody will get a lot of benefit from that energy, knowing that you are going to thrive with this lifestyle and that you can do it long
Yes,
term.
totally. Thank you so much, Karen. If you'd like to share a little bit, Jules, because I don't know if we're going to be cutting off at the hour, but we have a
Oh,
few
yeah.
minutes.
Nina woke back up and she's right here, but she's fine. She's also a fruitarian, which by my definition is 80% fruit. Violet's only ever had fruit, so she has no addiction or need for anything else. I mean, she has breast milk all the time, so that's a huge magical multivitamin. But yeah. Yeah, so I really wanted to follow up what Karen said because I was aligning with all of that so much. For me, I went through pregnancy, 2 pregnancies raw vegan. I had some slip ups with both, but it was like 95%, maybe higher, that I was raw. And come on up, honey. And my mother said to me many things. You know, she said, "Oh, you're gonna get hemorrhoids. Everybody who gives birth gets them. Everyone." I did not get them. I had a free birth in my home, and because of my relationship with my body, I was like, "Why am I gonna go ask for help with this? This is the most natural thing I'll ever do." So yeah, it allowed that freedom for me. I'm going to be talking about, yeah, I just also wanted to say that Karen is obviously, she's living it for much longer than me, and you can see how she's aging. You would not guess that she's anywhere near where she says she is, even though that should be young. 70 should be young because we have so much more to give. You could be starting your new career like Mimi Kirk. When you're nearing 80, it's all possible with your choices, what you put inside, and you will find your alignment, your passion when you start eating this. It just takes over your life and allows everything to be simplified and easy. And the connection with other humans is phenomenal. I will be talking about healing all addiction, my story from darkness to light, kind of very similar to my last speech, but adding to it because I've continued to receive rewards and go through different experiences on this wavelength. And so, yeah, if I you guys in detail where I was 8 years ago today, you may not even believe it. I was fully addicted to everything, alcohol, drugs, and I made a lot of mistakes. So I cleaned up. I don't know if Nina's ever heard this, so I might be a little red. But I cleaned up right before I, had my pregnancy with Nina. I was eating cleaner and I stopped drinking then. So she helped me a lot, but the food was the reason why I enjoyed sobriety, because I got sober and then I said, well, now I got to figure out how to stay sober because it's not very fun at first. And then I started to say, okay, I'm going to try diet modification. Let's just see if it works. I doubt it. Nothing ever works in this life. I'm always trying so hard, and things are having that negative mindset didn't even stop me. The fruit was like, bam, okay. And then, I went vegan first, and then I took steps, and I took baby steps along the way, and I just was mind blown. Whoa, I actually do feel better. Is that in my head? And I'm sleeping better. I'm happier. So I'm going to tell my story and working on, the reality that we are empowered beings. We are not people that need to go and ask how our body works to people who are in trying to inject health and taking medications and eating whatever products come along. We don't need to ask for help. We simply need to trust those that look vibrant and healthy and are saying that they are experiencing close to ideal health, and to experiment with that truth and see what happens. So yeah, that's my thing, and I'm just very excited. Thank you for the work you're doing, Dulce. For I'm trying to say your name so nice, but yeah, I'm working on it. Alone, like alone at night, I'm like Dulce, Dulce, Dulce. Did
No,
I
you
got
are.
it? Yay! So thank you for all the work you're putting in. It's just amazing. I can't wait to see everything you guys have been working so hard on. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Seth, would you please share a little bit of what you've been talking about?
Sure. I'm looking forward to bringing a somewhat interactive workshop to the festival, meaning I don't know exactly who's going to be in front of me while this talk is going to be happening. And I'm going to be catering a little bit what I say based on who's there. And so I'm going to be asking questions. I want to be getting to know the audience, be getting to know who's there. I want to ask them about what challenges they face with health in general, with food, with fruit. If there's a lot of people who don't know how to source fruit, don't know where to get it, find that very challenging, I'm going to hone in on them and try to answer those questions. This is how I actually teach when I teach music. Very improvisational. I have to know what my students need in at that very moment, because otherwise, like a scripted lesson plan will only take you so far. It might be cool. You might feel prepared with a scripted lesson plan in a certain class, but when a student comes in and asks a question that's not on that lesson plan, what are you going to do? So that's what I'm sort of looking forward to, is finding out who's there in that moment. I do have a few things prepared. If I get no response, people are just silent, want to listen, I will launch into a few different things relative to holistic health, because we have to see it in the big picture. And so that's why if there are holes in people's understanding and I see a pattern, and or if there's an interest and everyone said, "Oh my God, we all tried durian. Tell us everything you know about durian." I'm just gonna go into that. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I'm just looking forward to being spontaneous and in the moment, but bringing my messages of holistic health, fruit, especially because we're at Fruit Fest after all, of the most perfect. So I'm prepared to deliver everything I know about fruit and prepared to deliver everything I know about holistic health, tying this whole picture together, but it's going to be customized. Okay, so it's going to be one of a kind, and it's going to be based on who's there, and it's going to be based on what we in the room all might need or might be asking or might be wondering. I also heard from Dave that I'll be the last speaker on Sunday night, so
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to hear what everyone is going to be delivering, and then if there's some way that I can tie it together, or some elements that haven't been addressed, maybe I can talk about those, and just with the idea of holistic health, with the idea of tying things together, making sure that we're getting sleep, making sure that we're engaged in fun activities, not just related to fruit. So, I'm flexible, and I just can't wait to see what happens. But those are some of the things that I'll be bringing for sure.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, I think that's a perfect, because we can be, or you can be attuning and seeing what the people are resonating at the moment. So I love that. And I know that you can be talking about a lot of different aspects in life. And I am so grateful that you are all coming. And I'm just going to remind people to join us, please. And oh, yeah, of course, we would love to hear Nina if she wants to. And up to you, Jules.
Okay. So I was actually just whispering to Nina, because Nina teaches kids and even adults online how to eat healthier. She's made a lot of videos in grocery stores and in the home with me, and she loves helping people to learn how to eat healthier, because luckily she's been eating like this since she was born. but she crawled under the table when I asked her, Nina, do you want to come up and sit on my lap and say something about?
It's okay.
You're trying to find your shell. Well, let me ask her one more time to see if she has good stuff to say. Nina, would you like to come up and say one thing about fruits? They're asking for you. You can find your shell after. I will find the shell right after. Would you like to?
Nina, give us a public service announcement.
What do you think about fruit, Nina? Is fruit healthy?
Would
I'll
you
ask you questions.
like people
and
to
you
the
answer,
Texas
okay?
Fruit Festival, Nina?
Will you tell people to go to the fruit festival?
Well,
I
I'm
know
so
it's
excited
past your
to see you all
bedtime.
there. It's okay.
Do you like chicken? We don't know. We don't know. To be continued. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
He loves fruit, though.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that sometimes when Nina was 2, she would just eat one kind of fruit for over a week and a half. And because I spent a year on fruits and fruit juices, I knew that she was gonna be great. I didn't worry at all. And sometimes she just had golden kiwis for like a week, and then just one day stop, and she'd be like, no, now I'm never eating a kiwi again for a few more weeks. I'm gonna have grapes. And she would just eat grapes, and it would just switch on a dime, and we just followed her lead. So that was really cool.
There was about 2 months when my son was little, when he was like a couple of years old, where he only ate bananas.
Wow.
It was literally
Just like Nina.
And I remember being so concerned. And after that 2 months, he started liking other things. So,
Wow.
you know,
So cool.
I love how kids are integrating into it. Fresh juice is made by my 5-year-old. He loves to make the cold fresh juices. And he's like, I'll do it for you, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, you can do it. So he puts everything together.
Gonna be there?
Probably, yes. Most likely, hopefully. But yeah, thanks so much. I don't know if the time is gonna consume after us, but I would like to invite people to join us at the Texas Food Festival. Please get your ticket. It's gonna be a free event. Starts on Friday 18. The main event is gonna be all day Saturday and Sunday. You can see all the details at texasfoodfestival.com. We're gonna be sharing more information about it. And if you have any questions, we are more than welcome to hear from you guys. And we're so excited to have everyone there and see you in person, give you a big hug, and share all this wisdom with everyone who's going to be joining us. Thank you so much for staying here with us. And to everyone who's watching this live or later, we appreciate you and much love.
yeah.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Dave. We'll see
We love
soon.
you. Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see you
Nina.
guys in Austin. We'll see you in Austin, Texas, October 19th, 20th, right? Something like
The
that.
countdown begins.
Yeah.